Good morning to you. I hope you are well this lovely morning. It's a fantastic, sunny, bright, sunny morning up here in the village of Huntingdon, where I live, just near Wetherby. For people slightly further afield, that's 200 miles north of London and 200 miles south of Edinburgh. So it's a lovely green place, lots of fields, lots of open space, very agricultural. About 10 miles from York. So we can see York Minster in the distance. The York Minster, that's the big cathedral, the big church in York. So an A to Z of happiness today is about being brilliant. Now, being brilliant. What do I mean by being brilliant? I guess I mean seeing our brilliance, helping our kids seeing their brilliance, seeing that they are brilliant, whatever they do, that their brilliance isn't related to what they do. This is at the heart of something that is trend taking off in schools in broader areas. This idea of the growth mindset, that we encourage kids to grow. We encourage them. I think you can sum it up in one word, and that's yet. So if a child says, I can't do something, or any of us says we can't do something, we add the word yet. You can't do that yet. And it opens up the door for us to learn something new, learn a new skill. But the skills, what we do, isn't at the heart of what we are, isn't the heart of what our brilliance is. That sounds a little bit philosophical. Connect. What's the best way for me to help you see this? So you imagine seeing your imagine, or go back in your memory to seeing your child for the first time, and you may feel a host of different emotions. So it might be there might have been that instant flood of love and compassion and the desire to protect your child. There may have been that might have been followed very quickly by concern about the future, the world that they're going to grow up in. Especially at the moment, I saw somebody saying something last week on social media. Should we be bringing children into the world in these times, COVID-19? And well, it's too late. It's too late, isn't it? But I would say yes. This will pass. This will pass. So what other emotions could be? That feeling of love and compassion and desire to protect, maybe the slight concern about how you're going to do, and then that trepidation about all the new things that you've got to learn. So if this is especially if this was your first child, what the most common things that mums share with me is that deep bath of love that they fell into with their child. There was a connection like never before. There was a connection. There was a perfection. There was obviously relief that it's over. The pain of childbirth, relief that it's over. That's another emotion. A whole load of different emotions. But there's that brilliance. Seeing the perfection. Seeing the perfection in your child, in your baby, in the newborn baby, and that unconditional love. And that's what brilliance is all about. So that baby hasn't done anything, and yet it is brilliant. He or she is brilliant. I haven't done anything yet. So growth mindset about doing stuff, great. great, but at the heart, we just want to be. We love our kids just because of who they are, not what they do. Um, and help, and that's what we want them to see for themselves. That's what we want our kids to appreciate how brilliant they are. And as they obviously as the kids get older, they get wise to the fact that their mum and dad are a bit biased, and they don't believe everything that you say. So you tell them they're brilliant, but then they mess up on a spelling test, or something like that, and their little hearts are broken. My little heart was broken loads of times when I was a kid. It's still broken. I'm 53 and it still gets broken by the mistakes that we make, and we lose touch with our brilliance. We forget our brilliance, and we don't believe that when other people tell us that we're brilliant, we don't believe it. So how do you make your child see that for themselves? Well, I'm not a parenting expert. Okay. I know how to help you explain to kids how their thoughts and feelings work and how brilliant they are, but the exact way that you do that with your child, because every child is different and every parent is different, is down to you. But I'll give you something, a theme to go on, and that's the theme of questioning. So a question, if you see it written down in a headline, it's got a hook on it. The question mark is a hook, because the hook draws the answer out of the reader. Yeah. And so it helps you get to your answer. And that is the way for anybody to see something new. It's one of the ways, and it's perhaps the fastest way for somebody to do something else. So instead of saying you are brilliant, which just kind of bounces off us, you got to turn it into a question. And the question is you need to frame the question to the answer that you want. So you want that child to answer in the sorry, I was going to say in the affirmative. That's not a jargon and rubbish, isn't it? You want to get the child to see something for themselves, and the way to do that is through questions. So let me think of an example. Okay, so you didn't quite achieve your goal this time. What could you do differently next time? What could you do differently next time? Or that I see, that that I think you're brilliant, whatever you do, don't you? I'm trying not to be. There's a yes no, so maybe more open questions. You need to think of the question that you want, the response that the response that you want to get from your child, and then frame the question to get that response. That might take you a little bit of thought. It might come to you instantaneously. Here's the thing, okay? I want to talk about your brilliance for a moment. That feeling of unconditional love and the brilliance that you see in your child. Your parents saw exactly the same thing in you. You're brilliant too. I get this feeling that there'll be a little voice in your head saying, you don't know me, Simon. You don't know what I've done. You don't know how I've messed up. Da, 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 da. We all have that negative voice in our head. But here's the thing. It's not the truth. It's lies. That little voice in your head is a liar. What do we do with lies? We ignore them. Okay. Feeling good? Feeling brilliant? 9 minutes, 53 seconds. I'm on. See you soon. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.